The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel is written to us by Luke. Jesus addressed this parable to those who were convinced of their own righteousness and despised everybody else. Two people went up to the temple to pray. One was a Pharisee and the other was a publican. That's publican, not republican. It means tax collector. The Pharisee took up his position and he spoke this prayer to himself. "Oh God, I thank you that I'm not like the rest of humanity, greedy, dishonest, adulterous, or even like this publican. I fast twice a week. I pay tithes on my whole income." But the publican stood off at a distance and would not even raise his eyes to heaven. He beat his breast and he prayed, "O God, be merciful to me, a sinner." I tell you, this man went home justified, and not the first one. Whoever exalts himself will be humbled, and the one who humbles himself will be exalted. This is good news from the Lord. There's probably few Gospels that need as little commentary as this one. It's pretty hard to miss the point, and yet we have. It's absolutely direct, absolutely clear. Jesus saying there's two kinds of people involved in religion. The first group is just in it to look good, to have a good self-image, to think well of themselves. And that's made very clear in the introduction. He addressed this parable to those who are convinced of their own righteousness. And so if we're honest listeners of the Word, we all have to be asking ourselves, are we that person? Do we come here to love God or to love ourselves? Do we come here to find a source to serve our world and our neighbor, or are we just paying fire insurance so we can go to heaven? That's entirely selfish. A lot of Catholics have never moved beyond that early selfish motivation. They're not here because they love God. They're here for delayed gratification. If I obey all these laws, I'm going to go to heaven later. You do know, brothers and sisters, there's nothing high level about that thinking. You're just taking care of yourself. You're not loving God. You're not serving the neighborhood or the poor. You're just coming here to take care of yourself if you're the Pharisee. Now we're assuming, of course, you're not. We're assuming, and I certainly hope you're more like the publican, not the republican, right? And here we have the publican looking like a very ordinary man. No credits are listed to his name. It doesn't say he did anything right. All he did was be honest. Absolutely honest. His only prayer is, "O God, be merciful to me, a sinner." Maybe you read the interview that Pope Francis gave a few weeks ago. And it starts by asking him who he is. And he stops for a moment apparently and says, "I am a sinner." It's been a long time since I've heard a pope say that, right? To admit that he doesn't always get it right either. None of us do. And that beginning place is the place of honesty and humility where we all have to begin. And then Jesus makes this most amazing statement. That this guy goes home justified before God, without any credits to his name, simply because he's humble and honest about who he is and about who he isn't. The other guy apparently did some good things, but he despises other people. They're greedy, they're dishonest, they're adulterous. So if our so-called holiness makes us look down on other people that we think are not as good as we are, then in fact our holiness is not holiness at all. That's the giveaway. That you're not really doing good things because they're good, because they're right. You're just doing them to make yourself feel like you're better than other people. And brothers and sisters, we got to admit that's where we all start. We all tend to do good things, not for the love of God or love of neighbor, but just to feel good about ourselves as superior human beings. And Jesus is saying, that's not it yet. What we need is the kind of honesty and humility we see in the tax collector. And of course, the very reputation of tax collector is already one who is oppressing the Jewish people. So he chooses a supposedly bad person and makes him a good person. And the person who's the good person, he says, is really the bad person. So it's absolutely a reversal of human values, which should prepare us not to judge and also prepare us to be surprised. Who's in and who's out? Who's up and who's down, who's right and who's wrong. And we better leave all of those judgments to God, because our judgments are very often totally wrong.